And hello again. I said I wouldn't do any more stream, but I'm going to do a more stream. This will be a pure level montage. Hello again, Max Spy Guy. I said I wouldn't stream anymore today, but I'm streaming. This will just be pure level up. So we can beat that guy another day. Let's get ready for a montage. First of all, we need to find the best place to do the montage. I'm not sure what the quickest way will be to level up. Our characters have pretty high level, but our mechs are quite low level. They are only 45. Only 45. Let's start with just killing some random enemies and see how much we get for them. And that's our first battle down. Let's see what we get. Yes, I don't think we will get more experience than that anywhere else. 8,000 for one battle. In 1.5 minutes. If the battle resets by this door, we already found the best spot. We'll see. Will the battle respawn? This is just a nice little view for the sandfall. But if the enemy respawns, we might have found the best spot already. And it does respawn, so this might be it. I'm going to try a few others, but this might be it. I'm also going to check on my equipment to see if there is any better setup for the leveling part. I'm not completely sure, but I think the passive bonus experience from the characters carries over to the mix. So we might already be getting some bonus exp automatically. Miss. Let's see what we got. This one will be extremely important for the boss. This will probably be important, but maybe not. Maybe it won't be as important as I thought. But this will be one of the most important things. There isn't that many fun accessories to equip. Yeah, that's all of them. There isn't many fun ones at all. And do we only have one charged recover? That seems a bit... I thought we would get at least 2 of them. But this one is a must. We will equip that. Alright, we might have some equipped. Let's see. Auto recover, and auto recover. Yes, nice. Everyone has auto recover. That's the most important part. And apparently we only have one of the charge clean too. And only... what did the charge boost do? That shouldn't be as important either. We can replace it for now at least. And we don't need the Emax right now either. But we don't have an auxiliary armor B, it seems. Yeah, we do have one of them. A single one. I expected them to be less rare. Where's the shot recover? There it is. It only heals 5% of maximum HP. And I thought there was a way to improve that amount. Maybe if it stacks with the, or is affected by the character skills, maybe we can get it to 10% if we're lucky. And even that would help. 5% is almost nothing, but 10% would be something. And of course it's sad that we never managed to steal the second tuned circuit. That would have helped a lot. And it seems the correct character already have it, yes. Evens out the speed a bit. Yeah, it's Asher who should have it for sure. It's on the right character. That is such nice damage when you hit them from behind. Look at that, I took it out. It never got to attack me. But like I said before, there is no way to increase our chances of a pincer attack, so... we just need to get lucky. Double level up. And at the moment we only need to do 3 battles. 3 battles for 1 level up. So for the moment, for the time being, getting the levels are really quick. But we also need very many of them, and it will only get slower and slower. I'm just going to take a quick trip into the desert to see what those enemies have to offer. They are a bit more scary. Oh, this was the wrong way. They are a bit more scary, and I don't think they give more experience, so... but I shall double check. We get to hear a lot more of this funky bass. The one time you want enemies, they are so far apart. There's another option over there. No. I can't get them to line up. Come out and play! Desert dwellers, sand dwellers, what they were called, sand crawlers, sand something. It's so loud out here, I should lower my volume. And of course we are the surrounded ones this time. Asher is doing great damage. I'm pretty sure Seblin was the better option for these. Yeah, Dina is terrible. Ouch. Ouch. They keep hurting me. This is why we want the auto recover. Because these guys can kill you pretty fast, and that's Dina is dead but resurrected. Nice miss. It must be so close to death. No, it isn't. One more attack. Let's see what we get and how long it took. We get less experience and it took longer, so as I suspected, these guys are worse to fight. And I think they are harder to reset too. Let's switch in Zevlund. And go and touch the save over here. There's one up there, but I'm pretty sure it's just the same fight with the two guys. I don't think there can ever be 3 of them. I think 2 is the maximum. And even that is deadly enough. Yeah, it's just the one even. But with Zevlon on our side, we can kill it very, very fast. Only 20 seconds, so... It has been so long since I did this leveling, so I have no idea what place I used before. It looked like the final dungeon wasn't a bad option either. Those enemies gave about the same amount as these two. 6,000. And I think the same applies to these. There can never be more than 2 of them in a single battle. 3 of them would be too dangerous. And even if there was 3, it wouldn't make the battle any. It wouldn't make it more effective, really. The battle would become longer and more dangerous, so it's probably for the best. I'm just trying to figure out which attack is the best, and so far it is Asher's triangle button. But we haven't even tried the square button with Asher yet. Nope, it's triangle all the way. It's just dead end with a chest. Oh, nice crit one. And it looks like Dina will be the better attacker for these guys. We're switching back to Dina. Which is good. We want Sevlin out of the party just to have her on standby for healing. In standby, she regenerates the EP too. Like so. Clomp, 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 clomp. Well, that is that. That's all the experiment we need to do. It seems like this is our guy after all. Or maybe Dina and Sevlin are pretty equal in rank. Seems I did about the same with. Let's try the square button as well. Yeah, I do about the same damage as Sevlin, so Asher will keep being the main damage dealer. When Dina gets a critical, she is about the same as Asher, but when Asher gets a critical, he is the best. And of course I could consider if doing any special attacks is the better option. And I will also try to put... Let's see, I will also try to put Yin as the co-pilot. I don't think that will change much. But there might be a case where it's faster to stock up and use a special attack than to do normal attacks over and over. There are so many special attacks to try out before we find out. Back and forth between being in the pincer attack or the one doing the pincer attack. I should also check if Seblun has any attack eaters. That might also be a thing. I'm not sure if she does or if she do. Welcome to the land of the lurking. At least you're not missing anything fun. We're just doing leveling, nothing else. We're not even going to try the boss in this stream. We're saving that for another day. But it looks like we have found the best spot already. I'm pretty sure we can't find a better spot than this. Especially when we get the pincer attack in our favor. It's so satisfying to unleash all the boost and take out the enemy before it even gets to act. Don't die. Oh, it died. I wanted to save up another boost. But I'm going to switch in Sebulun again, just to see if she have any attack eaters. That might help. Hello, Matty Matt. I said I wouldn't do any more streaming today, but I just can't stay away. We're just doing some ES leveling to prepare for the final optional boss. We will try to beat it another day. Still at work. All these hours later. But at least you won't miss anything interesting this time. It will only be leveling. I lied. We can't trust anything. I just can't stay away from the game. This might be nice. It hits all enemies. Let's try it. Nah, it's not worth it. It didn't do that much damage. Maybe I'm going to try to equip the ether doubler on Momo and see if that helps. What else can we try? We could just scan them and see the weakness. They seem to be weak to beam, thunder, piercing, slash. So there are a few options. We will try the thunder spell then. Exactly, we can't trust anything at all. All has been a lie. Let's try the thunder spell. Thunder blast. It was very unimpressive. Less damage than a normal attack. So unless the ether doubler works, then we can rule out using magic for attacking. And I just remember that we can't equip the ether doubler while we are in the ES. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. We need to exit the ES somewhere to do it. I think, yeah, we can exit the ES down here somewhere. No, we can't because the boss is blocking the way. We could have done it before, but now the boss is blocking the way. I think that's the problem. Yes, we can't exit the ES because the boss is blocking the way. Let's do a save. We haven't saved during this stream. So far we have gotten 3 levels. Not very impressive. There is one other option, and we could go to the place where the decoder door was. It should be in the first desert screen. But for now we switch back Dina. Let's try the spiral. Yeah, let's try the spiral fist. And next fight we try that other attack, the dragon something. And we can also try Shotbuster. It's so pointless when the special attacks does the same amount of damage as the normal attack. What is even the point? Four levels in 40 minutes. So far we are getting 10 minutes per level. But I think we can raise that statistic. And average. No, there's only one of them. We have always gotten two of them so far in this fight. We want two of them. Probably. There are pros and cons. It's faster to kill the one, but it also means we have to reload the screen more often. So I prefer to get two of them. Wanna try for the dragon attack? Dragon Buster maybe? Let's see what kind of damage it does, if any. Twin Dragons was the name. It does slash attack. Oh, that was actually nice. Let me do the math. I boost for 2, yeah, using the Twin Dragon is an option. Exactly, at night damage. It might be worth using that attack. I'm not sure if we need level 99, but we will for sure need more levels if we are going to tackle the Mickey Mauru boss. We have level 49 right now. $49 is not enough for the boss. So at the moment I'm trying to figure out which attacks to use to kill this enemy as quickly as possible. so we'll see. I'm going to do this for as long as I feel like it today, and next time I stream we will do an actual attempt at the boss, and then continue the leveling if needed. Nice. Alright, I was hitting it from behind, so it did even more damage this time. That sounds like fun. Just some grinding for everyone. I don't have any snacks. I have Twix. That's my snack. I do have Twix candy. I'm pretty sure that's an international one. And we only got a single one. If it's just a single one, there's no reason to do the special attack. That's too slow when there's just one enemy. But for the two, it seems to be worth saving up for the big attack. Oh my god, my globe! Audible Zen is raiding with a party of 10. Hello, Audible Zen. How nice of you to raid back. You are raiding at the most boring of all streams. I can't hear that music myself, but I I think you should hear the music from the Terranigma music. It's the Yomi song. What a nice surprise that you already managed to raid back. I know that you streamed Final Fantasy 15 earlier. I didn't see it, but I know that you did. So I guess it was another long stream for you. Welcome in, all the raiders. We are currently just we're doing the post-game content in Xenosaga 2. And we're trying to level up a bit before the final optional boss. It's a really scary boss, so I'm going to need all the levels I can get. This stream will be only leveling, so sorry about that. There won't be any cool cutscenes or story today. Oh nice, the Platinum Trophy. I'm not. I know there is at least one pretty scary optional boss in Final Fantasy 15. I remember when the game released, people said it will take ages to kill it. I never tried it myself, the boss. I have beaten the game, but I beat it more or less on release, so there is a lot of new content added after that. But my favorite part of the entire of the entire game was doing that post-game dungeon that you have to fly to. Yes, thank you for lurking and raiding. I'm still going to finish my story my favorite part about Final Fantasy 15 was that optional dungeon that you have to fly to after the credits. You can't get it before you do the credits. And it is just a crazy big dungeon, and it has a lot of traps and moving platforms and jumping around. It's very different than the main game. And I will assume that getting the platinum involves beating that dungeon, so I am impressed. I am impressed by anyone who beats that optional dungeon. I have still not played Stellar Blade or Wushang, none of them. I would like to try both of them sometime. But there needs to be a good sale before I get any of them. Twin Dragons. They sounded pretty bored. Twin Dragons. Ah, I see. And I will probably keep a lookout for a physical copy. I'm pretty sure there is one for Wushang. I know there is for Stellar Blade, but there should be one for Wushang as well. on the critical turn. Nice. But there are still some other attacks we could try out. So far Twin Dragon seems to be a good bet, but there are more options we have. I'm going to equip the Emax 300, that will unlock some more options for us. Double evasion. Let's do that. Let's equip the Emax. This will unlock some more options. Let's do it on Azure 2. Yeah, let's do it on Azure 2. Lucifer. Yes, I also wonder what will Sen play next. I know he was going to keep playing Xenosaga on, I believe it's on Sundays he will be playing Xenosaga. And I know there was one more game he was currently playing. I'm always focusing on one game at a time, but he seems to switch around on different days. So I wonder what will replace Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, which was it? I also Tales of seems familiar, but which one was it? Was it Abyss? I think it was Abyss. Someone was playing Abyss at least. Someone was playing Tales of the Abyss, so probably him. And we are back to the Dark Souls 2 picture. No, it's gone already. I just missed it. Was it Candy Cane? Then I have no idea which one Audible Sen was on. Maybe. Did someone say Tales games? It's not impossible that I will stream some Tales in the future, but it's nothing I have planned for the moment. I am a Tales fan at least. I have beaten all of them except for Tales of Hearts and Tales of the Tempest. I never got a... Yes, Tales and Star Ocean. They are kinda family. They are, what shall we call them? Related series. You can see the overlap in those two. They come from the same origins. Yoshinari Gutanda, or whatever he's called, the main guy who started it all. Nice. I don't have any... I never got a Vita, so I never had a way to play Tales of Hearts. And Innocence is there... I don't think there is any fan translation for Innocence. Ah, of course I can't use it because I got status ailments. No, I looked at the wrong character. That's the problem. Iron Blade. Aura Slash. Let's see if Iron Blade is even better than Twin Dragons.
Iron Blade.
Yes, it is even better, but it takes one extra turn to load, so it's kinda the same. Neither better nor worse. And then we also got the recent rumors of... so there is an English version of Innocence. Then I should also be playing that. Then I should also be playing. I didn't think it was translated. And then we also got the rumors about Tales of Eternia getting a remaster soon. So we will see what that entails. That sounds interesting. I could use another excuse to replay Eternia. I haven't played Eternia since the PSP version was relevant. Yeah. Nice. All-time favorite. My favorite is Fantasia. The very first game was my favorite. But Eternia is not far behind. I'm always getting such a good mood when I see Eternia. And whenever I heard Reed. My name is Reed. Reed. Those early PS1 voice those early PS1 voice acting have such charm. Nice. The director's cut of Destiny is probably a bit more player friendly. The original PS1 version have very high encounter rate. That's true for Fantasia too. You constantly have to use the holy bottles. But I do love all of those old Tales of games. Fantasia, Destiny, Eternia. They are all my favorites. I replayed Rebirth last year. It should be last year I replayed the Rebirth when it finally got a fan translation. I played it before without understanding anything. I used a guide to get through it. But I finally got to play it in English last year. So that was nice to revisit. Was that just when the fan translation came out, or was it just before? Yeah, it's not my favorite either when it comes to the combat. But I really like the environment, the hand-drawn environment. Ah, nice. I wasn't sure exactly when it came out. I waited a few months. I had so many other games I had to beat, so I had to wait a bit for the fan translation. So I guess it was early 2025 for me. My backlog is actually smaller than most people's, but there are always games to play. I have beaten all of the officially translated PS1 RPGs, so I have started to do the fan translation on PS1 right now. So I have about 30 games I need to beat on PS1. That's my current goal. Let's see if Odin Buster is impressive. No, it was a waste of time to do the Odin Buster. It seems like Twin Dragons is our best bet for now. Yeah, if you want to, you can check my game collection. There is a Tales of collection somewhere on the site, but I have no easy way to find it. I could find it if you give me a few minutes. Sadly, I can't find any good picture of it right now. That one seems to be the best picture I can find. There are better pictures somewhere, but at least you can see the size of the collection, of the Tales of collection. I noticed that it's a pretty old picture. It says it's 7 years old, so it's before I got the Tales of the Arise collector's box. But you get the idea at least. The collection looks something like that. Every time I hear the victory song, I expect them to say that Miyuki's new invention. But sadly there is no victory lines when you are in the mix. Oh, nice critical! I got the enemy in one hit. That twin dragon attack is for sure a big help. But I'm still going to switch out and see if Sevlun have something even better. I doubt it. And of course we need to equip the Ether Max. Let's go. Let's see, we have the rain arrow. Alright, there's the meteor blast, but that's the most interesting thing. Aired. It can hit all the enemies, so that will be nice. We're going to stock and try it. Hitting all the enemies is what we want. Nah, it's not impressive. Then we have 2 other attacks to try out, then we switch back. Let's see what power kick can do. And it's not impressive either. Then we just have one more attack to try next battle. You miss. She seems to be great at evasion. But let's try the Meteor Blast. Come on, do massive damage. It did not, so... we will stick to the Twin Dragon attack. There is one more thing we can try, and that is if we switch key on with Siggy, I think that will switch out some of our special attacks. Let's just take a look. That should affect which special attacks we can use. Let's go all the way. Almost all the way. Yeah, they do change. We still have the aired, but we can try the... we can try these two. Decent, but not as good as the Twin Dragon. There are still some combinations we can try, but I'm starting to think it won't be worth it. If we put Heon with Junior, for example, we should get some new attacks too. But let's replace. Let's do this first. Yes, there it is. And then we still have the Odin Buster, but we get the Gatling Blast instead, so let's try that. Gatling Blast.
Gatling blast.
That one was pretty cool with the slow motion. And pretty strong, but still not as strong as the Twin Dragon. And it was a pretty long animation, so I rather do 2 normal attacks than that one. But it is nice that we got an excuse to actually use some of the special attacks. There are so many of them that I never used normally. You can go back, and we could of course try that combo as well, but no, I don't think anything can beat the Twin Dragon. Now we just stick to our setup and do some effective grinding. I feel bad for the raiders who enter at the worst possible time, but I'm always here to speak about Tales of at least, or any other nice RPGs. We're just getting the single enemy. I want the double enemy. Double enemy, double the experience. At least we don't have to worry about any skill slots or anything like that when we are in the ESS in the mix. We just have to kill them as fast as we can. Which is pretty fast. Nice, we got the pincer attack in our favor. And we're going to unleash all our boost attacks on the same enemy over and over. Another level for us. The levels have escalated a bit. We need 4 battles for a level right now. When we started we needed 3 battles, so not a big escalation, but might be a good idea to safety save soon. We don't seem to be in any risk of dying, at least to these enemies. The ones in the desert could kill us, but this one seems fine. But it's also almost 25-year-old technology, so you never know when the technology decides to die. We have only had one mishap with the PS2 so far. There was one time when it didn't want to load the disk. Nothing a restart couldn't fix. Look at this, never before seen terrain. It's amazing. We're just going over here to save in case something happens to my beautiful levels. This is the boss we're getting the levels for. It's the ultimate optional boss in this game. I have beaten it once 20 years ago, and I still wake up and feel the horror. 6 more levels. 6 plus 4. So we have gotten 9 levels in 1.5 hours. Pretty decent rate. 9 levels, 1.5 hours. So we are still making the average of 1 level every 10 minutes. And I just realized that I have forgotten to do that wind blades for a while. I haven't. I forgot my own strategy. Ah, that sounds really scary, and that is indeed why we do the safety save and why you backed up the save file. And I still don't know any good way to truly confirm if you have the DLC or not, aside from actually going into the DLC. I know that Salty was mentioning that one item, but I don't remember it specifically. I do trust her, of course. She seems knowledgeable in the area. The Blood Drunk Gem was it called. Nice on the critical turn, that's an instant kill. There should be a big screen flashing. You have the DLC. Or if you don't have it, there should be a big button. Buy the DLC now! Let's try to get the critical turn again. Or the instant kill. Well, the wrong character got it. There's still a chance to get a critical on every turn, but there are much better odds if you are on the critical blocks down on the right side of the screen at the bottom. Level. I'm going to time this level to see how fast we can do it. But of course we got the single enemy that slows us down just a bit. No, I wasted a boost for no reason. Pew. And another single enemy. They knew I was timing them. Why do they get to start? I want to start. Dina keeps being a good evasion evader. Evasion evader. Come on, critical. Not critical. One more good battle and we will have the level. And that should give us a great idea. In the next game I know there is an ability or a skill or an item to ensure you always get the first turn. It's always a nice item to have in RPGs. Guaranteed first strike. But sadly not in this game. No, why did you target that one? And this should be the level. There it is. According to my timer, it was 6 minutes. 6 minutes for a full level. If you don't mess anything up and focus. I always find it I always find it a bit hard to see the difference between the Asher and the Dina icon down at the right. I always have to look twice to see whose turn it really is. That's Dina. And there's Asher. Come on, critical. I'm hoping for it every time, but it never happens. Almost never. And sadly, the one level doesn't do much difference at all, to this boss at least. But if we can get 10 or 20 or 30 levels, then we should see some actual difference. But getting 1 or 5 level won't matter for this boss. No, I did the wrong button. At this point it's... oh well. This fight was a bit of a failure. I never got to do that with Dragon. But at least we will have full boost for the next battle. Always something.
Dragon.
Just a single one. Another single one. but it will still be enough to give us some level. And there it is, another level. This level took us 8 minutes, so a bit longer. But I consider anything below 10 minutes to be a fast level in any RPG. If you're just playing the story normally, the going rate is usually 1 level per hour. A 50-hour RPG usually ends on level 50. So the going rate is 1 level per hour in most RPGs, in a lot of RPGs. So getting a level in 10 minutes is always considered fast by me. Phew, turn cancel, yay! And at the moment we are at 4.5 battle per level. Meaning 9 enemies. Whatever constellation they appear in, 9 of these enemies gives a level. Oh, this is the first time we have been surrounded in a while.
Dragon.
We need some healing. Surrounded again. It is going good, Sugar Plum. We are just doing some leveling. So it's not a very exciting stream today. We are just doing levels. So we can beat the big optional boss next time. One more. Thanks for the follow. It seems like for some reason the follows don't show up on the screen. I can't figure out why it doesn't work. I'm not sure why it doesn't show up, but something have broken. It worked before. Yes, that's the important part. Thanks for that. It's just a bit sad that we don't get to hear the sound and see the animation. Dun, 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 dun. Where is what is the best way to see it if I want to see your art? No, I don't have any Discord. Another level is ours. I can go to 60 before I need to save, I think. That will be a nice save point. And we do the twin dragons.
Twin dragon.
I feel so bad for the poor old PS2 having to load these battles over and over. Poor PS2. I can't believe it actually still works. After so many years and after so many RPGs. And after doing this exact thing, same thing before. It's almost a miracle machine.
Twin dragon.
Oh, I wasted a boost for nothing. We already confirmed that Zebulon is a worse fighter, but I think we should still switch her in just to even out the levels a bit. I don't want her to get too far behind, since Zebulon will be our most valuable. Asher will be the one doing the damage during the boss, and Zebulon will be vital in healing. Without Zebulon we are nothing. We won't last. We barely last 2 rounds without Zebulon. So it's a good idea to keep her up to speed. We could try. I don't think we ever tried to put Yin in the Zebulon, so we could try that. That might be an idea. Let's try it, and this is another level up. Yin goes to the Zebulon. Let's see what that gives us, and we heal up. At least we can notice that Asher has gotten more HP. I'm not sure what he started at, but I think we have gotten quite a lot of HP at this point. Every bit helps. We will need everything we can get to defeat the boss. Let's see. Golden bow. I guess we try it. Aura Pierce. Let's see what it can do. It was a very fast animation, but you could see some kind of deity flash for just a split second. But it wasn't very impressive damage-wise. So we might as well switch back a good old Siggy. They make such a great team, Siggy and Momo, so let's have them together. guess we could do that for now. That shouldn't affect our battles in any way, I think. Oh, that. Oh, it's okay. I was going to comment on the picture. It was the Dungeons of Hinterberg. It has such a unique style. I would call Mario RPG a unique style too, but but I really liked that Dungeons of Hinterberg. It wasn't what I expected it to be, and that is often a good thing when the games surprise you. Nice hit. Dun, dun. 2 more battles, then I go and save. Unless unless we have single combat 2 times in a row, then I need a third one. Jinxed it. If this is a single enemy, then I totally jinxed it. No, it's a double. Phew. Only a half jinx. There's the level. Level 60. I think we started at 45, I think. So we have gotten 15 levels in a bit more than 2 hours. I still have a few more levels in me. I will at least get everyone to 60. That will be the minimum for today. Everyone should be at least 60. What distractions? Only 3 levels for you. I expected you to have about the same rate as me. Sounds reasonable. I don't remember how much experience you need. Maybe you are already at 20,000 something. Yeah. You would need to clear out the Hemwick area 2 times for a full level, I believe. But at least the fixing fix the fix. It fixed the fix. You got some payoff for your fixing. I can't fully understand what happened. There might have been swearing involved as well. But I said that I expected you to keep up with me and have about the same amount of level speed as I had. but maybe not. I believe you need to clear out the Hemvik area about 2 times if you want to gain a full level at this point. Maybe you need about 20,000 souls or blood echoes or runes. Yeah, that was my best guess. So that will make about two rounds. You need to clear out the area. Dun, dun. Estina will soon have level 60, and then we are just waiting for Sebulun. To catch up. Well, she will never, unless I replace Asher, she will never fully catch up. The only way to fully catch up would be to switch out Asher for a while. I can fully see the picture or the situation. But even if you should die, it would be pretty easy to pick up your things next time. There isn't that much risk involved. And at this point, I suspect you are closing in on 100 healers in the storage. You might have 100 healers soon. Maybe I need to yell right in the microphone. It's the only way to overpower the enemies of Bloodborne. Dun, 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 dun. But I think you are at a very good stopping point. It was pretty good timing that you managed to clean up every loose end that we know of right before you needed to take a pause for a few days, a stream pause. Every boss is dead, and every dead end is explored, and even the Gatling gun guy is dead. So I think it was a great stopping point. Yes. I already hinted at one place you haven't explored last time, but We will get back to that next time. For now you are stuck in limbo. Unless you go to the DLC. You already know where the DLC is after all. Woohoo, level! 2 more for Sevlin. You already beat the base game, now it's time for the DLC. How is it not dead? I thought it would be dead. Here we go. Nice, 20,000 HP passed on Sevlin. I could load my old level 99 save just to see how big difference those final 40 levels do. Just to compare. I might do that before we end the stream, just for fun, just as a reference. Pum, pum, ba-dum. Pew. Ding, 59, just one more, then I might be happy. Or at least a little bit happier. You. But it seems just like episode 1 and just like the feeling for the characters, it seems to be a very linear curve. Very linear. So we get the levels at a pretty even pace. At the beginning of this stream we needed 3 battles for 1 level. At this point we need 5 battles for 1 level. We are talking about Bloodborne. That's the game we are talking about. Have you played any of the other Dark Souls games? Yeah. If you're not a Souls fan, it's unlikely that you will like Bloodborne either. They are pretty similar. They are pretty similar. It's hard to type and play Bloodborne at the same time, so I was glad to answer. What a classic combo, having beating Elden Ring a few times but still not a fan. Yeah, indeed. The summon spirit. I'm not a fan of playing online or summoning other players, so the summon spirits was a pretty nice middle road for those that want some extra help but don't want to summon the real people for help. This game, as in Xenosaga II. Have you beaten the first game, I assume, then? And then it's a good thing that we are not doing any story today, so I don't spoil anything for you. I consider episode 3 is my favorite game ever, so it's a strong recommendation to play 2, so you get to play 3. Yeah. If you... I can't really... I was thinking about... I could go somewhere and show you. If you want, I can go somewhere else and show you how the mechanics works. If you need some simple tips and tricks. Or maybe you already know how the battles work and still find them annoying. Ah, I see. The short version is for character battles. You stock up everyone, fill up the boost meter, and then unleash on the weak spot. Ah, I see. So you have it other ways at least. But if you don't know, I have one other tip. If you depending on how far you are into the game. You might already know that too, but once you get to the second disc of the game, there is a really good grinding spot as soon as you get to the second disc. So if you haven't gotten that far yet, you can still do that trick. There will be a dungeon where Xion fights alone. And if you spend some time grinding with only Xion, it will be a very easy battle. You only have to push one button over and over. It will just be button mashing and you will win every battle. And you will get triple exp since Xion will be getting all the exp. And once you get your party back, they will have gotten some re-levels from Xion's grinding. So that is the biggest tip if you haven't already gone too far. But in the worst case, so you are still on the first disc, I assume, then, in the summer or winter dungeon. I suspect. Yeah, the winter one. There is a pretty hard boss at the end of the winter. But if you just beat that boss at the end of the winter dungeon, then in the next dungeon you will have the best opportunity in the game to get some free levels. There are really simple battles. You just have to push one button to win. So that is my recommendation if you keep playing the game. Just take the time and get some levels in that dungeon, and the rest of the game will be much easier. And if you still having problem or don't like it, you can. There is always that last option. Or you could just watch. I have also uploaded all the streams to YouTube, so you can always watch me as well. If you want to see the parts between the cutscenes. Yeah, if you're just going for the story. Episode 1 is a little bit over 8 hours, and episode 2 is a bit shorter. And even if you hated everything about episode 2, most people still enjoy episode 3. They learned from episode 1 and 2 and made a perfect game with episode 3. All the best part from the 2 first games. So if that's what you have to do to enjoy episode 3, I will still recommend it. And then there is, of course, I always have to mention, it's a good recommendation to either play the fan remake or just read the text document for Pied Piper. There is a lot of backstory and building. They keep building things you really should know before playing episode 3. So Pied Piper is a strong recommendation somewhere between episode 2 and 3. If you really enjoy the story part. Some things are better in the DS version and some things are worse. You could call the DS version the director's cut. From the very beginning they intended episode 1 and episode 2 to be one single game, but it was far too big. Episode 1 is already one of the biggest games on the console. So they had to split episode 1 and 2 into 2 games. And then they reattached them to one game in the DS version. So you could call the DS game the director's cut of episode 1. More of the original vision of episode 1. I'm really hoping that they will manage to finish the fan translation of that this year sometime. The first 3 chapters are translated. Yeah, it depends on how you phrase it. Director's cut of the current episode 1 and 2 and director's cut of the original episode 1. And it is a bit of a mix of the episode 1 and 2 battles. It's pretty nice battle system in the DS game. I have played the DS version at least 2 times. And I'm going to do it again as soon as the translation is finished. I mentioned it before in another stream, but the only thing I don't like about the DS version is the music. It's very boring music in the DS game, I believe. It's my opinion, at least. I'm pretty sure it was just one of the in-house Namco composers who did it. So it's pretty uninspired. But they do have some great, instead of course you can't do the cutscenes on the DS. So they have some great pixel art instead. I think there is over 100 very pretty pictures you get that represents the scenes. They look so good. Bum, 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 bum. We're out of EP. We need to go back to the save. I was planning to do it anyway. We got the level 60 for everyone. That was the main goal. Dina is at 62. So let's head over to the save. And there it is, the ugly boss, just waiting for us to do the leveling. It has all the patience in the world. Four more levels for Asher, and then I think I'm going to take a quick photo of my stats. Let's see, we have almost 1,000,000 experience. And now I'm going to reload my old save file. Just to compare them. Look at that timer, 99 hours and 59 minutes. Ah, what a thing of beauty. Level 99 for everyone. But sadly, I can't see. I have to back out to see my mechs. Those are the relevant part. Let's hope that I park them right here. No, I didn't. I need to go the other way. Oh well. Nothing the other Kaiser can't solve. Yes, it sure is. With justice and love. But this is as always the only enemy we need to defeat. Then we can see our stats.
Your orders, Shion?
Now, oh, look at this. We might get an alternate version of Kaiser. Let's see if it looks any different. It looked the same to me, so
What am I doing?
maybe this
Not
wasn't the
predictable. No problem.
wasn't the save file with the elemental Kaiser. I expected it to be either thunder or ice. How unusual to go backwards out this way. I'm so used to going the right way. Ah, a ticket. A parking ticket for ES Azure again. Let's see what the stats are. No! Why? Why? I can't believe those numbers. So the levels do escalate a lot in the end. The amount of enemies I must have killed on this save file. How is that even possible? Suddenly, I do not want to get to level 99 again. And suddenly, I see why it took me 100 hours last time. So, this Azure has 3.5 million XP points. My current Azure only doesn't even have 1 million. So I need I need crazy amounts. Let's do the calculator. Well, it wasn't as crazy as I thought, actually. But still crazy. We need more than 300 more battles. I'm not sure how many we did today, but we need at least at least 300 more. Yeah, we solved a lot of problems in episode 1 with the Kaiser. I went for level 99 in episode 1 on stream a few weeks ago. It didn't take as long as I expected. I expected a lot worse, but we did cast Kaiser a lot of times. Over and over. it was the fastest way to level up in the end. But yes, there we go, and I will compare some more stats. On my current Azure I had a bit under 700 power, so if I go for max level I only gain 80 more power. The dexterity will rise 11 points, evade will rise 8 points, ether attack will rise 70 points, and ether defense about 60 points. So if you go from level 60 to 99 you only gain about 10%. And the same is true for the HP. My current Azure has 31,000 and this one have 36, so I would only gain 4 or 5,000 more. So all that leveling gets you 10% stronger in every stat. Not a big upgrade. Yeah, I truly reached the soft cap. And I suspect that you have also reached a soft cap or two. At least one, I guess. But there you have it. These are the final stats if you go for level 99 for the ESS. This is what it looks like. And if we assume that the next level refers to level 99, then we need 100 battles to go from 100 battles to go from 98 to 99. Ah, nice. But the vitality sounds great. That should be enough to beat the game at least. The DLC might be another story, but to beat the main game, 30 should be enough. And since we're already, I just want to double check something. The equipments I have on right now might be a hint for the boss. Both of them have the GT double, so I guess that is a good thing to have on the boss. Yes, the clock worked in this. When I played this save file, the clock was still working, but it stopped counting at 100 hours. I have no idea how much more than 100 hours it took. But a bit more, maybe 110 or 120. It's a nice contrast, that's for sure. But yes, there's nothing else to do on this save file. I just wanted to check as a reference what the end goal would be. I can do Just a few more. I'm starting to get a bit tired. Quite tired. And then there is this one. I guess the clock. The clock stopped during this playthrough, because on this everyone says 5:27. So I guess the clock stopped right in a playthrough. Ugh, I will have nightmares tonight seeing that face. That is something that could live in Bloodborne too. Straight out of Bloodborne. You. We have the pincer attack, but the enemies are still the first to act. Oh, that was the strongest. That must have been the strongest normal attack we have ever done. I guess it was both. We hit him from behind and it was a critical, I guess. Let's at least do one more level. Then it might be finally be time for a good night. Blip 65. It is a bit unmotivating knowing that even the max level only gives you those extra 10% in stats. But I also know that in this boss, every little chance you get makes a difference. If I can live 10% longer or do 10% more damage, it might be worth it. But we'll see. There it is. The one level. I think that is enough for today. I think everyone got about 20 levels today. And that will make a difference for the boss next time. I'm still not sure when it will be. It could be Saturday, it could be Sunday, or it could be Monday. But whenever it is, we will do a few serious tries on the boss and make a better setup. We did get some hints from the old save file that we might need those. What was they called? GST double. These ones. I'm still not sure why or how it affects what status effect they are referring to. Maybe I have some buffs I might have some buffs I can cast with Sebulun. So that might be why I had these on. I'm sure there was a good reason why I had them, at least on my old save. So next time we will try to do a build and some serious attempts. And if we can't make it, we will keep leveling up, of course. Classic RPG. Let's save again, even though we just saved. It is double saved. We know for sure that nothing bad can happen to the save. Phew. But thanks everyone who stayed around all this time to see the same enemy over and over. At least you got to see what a level 99 save file looks like in Xenosaga 2. It's not many people who have seen one of those. Especially not without cheating. Never guilty of quality stream materials. At least you do Bloodborne offline this time. Let's do some silver orcs. Ah, you mean that thing? Yeah. It's a must. You can't play RPGs without saving a few times in a row. That's a rule. Even on the same save file too. But that is that. Thanks again for sticking around and keeping me company. It's far past midnight for me, so I shall see you all next time. And if we beat this boss is the only one keeping us from getting to play Pied Piper next. It will be the next game I stream. The fan remake of Pied Piper. That will be a bit more exciting than this grinding. Good night and goodbye.